I found this homemade flat file cabinet at the thrift store for only $30. Before I bought it, I made sure all of the drawers worked, and I scratched at the paint to make sure it stuck well, because I didn't want to have to strip it all off. I hated how far the top stuck out in the front, and then the overhang on the bottom, so I cut off the front of the top with my circular saw. Then I covered up the overhang on the bottom with some pine 1x4 inch wood and some 2x4 inch wood for the braces. If you look closely as I'm nailing the trim on the bottom, you can see that this one corner does not get covered all of the way. So after it was all nailed on, I used some quick wood to build that corner out and fill in the gap. I also filled in these middle hardware holes and filled in a broken drawer corner with the quick wood. And I filled in other holes with wood filler and went to eat some lunch while everything dried. An hour later, I sanded everything with 220 grit sandpaper, mostly focusing on the quick wood, wood filler, and the edges of the new trim. But I also sanded everything lightly just to help the paint stick to the old paint. Before I could get to the paint though, I spot primed the new wood and some other spots with some tinted bin shellac primer. I rolled it on this time with a mohair roller, and surprisingly, I was actually pretty happy with the very little amount of texture left behind this time. After the primer was dry, I poured some Fusion mineral paint in the color Coal into my paint sprayer. I added some water to thin out the paint just a little bit, and then I sprayed the cabinet and the inside of the drawers with it. It sprayed beautifully. Honestly, this is the best that I have ever gotten Fusion mineral paint to spray. After 2 coats of paint were dry, I brushed on some of their beeswax all over to make it so then the paint doesn't get dirty looking by just touching it. You know how matte paint is. Then I added new boring black hardware to it and some label holders. And here is what it looks like now. Before, it looked like it belonged in a garage workshop, but now I wish I had a spot for it in my home as an accent table or storage in my office. I was thinking that I was gonna sell it, but I don't know now. I still have it. What do you think of the new look? Let me know in the comments. Want to turn your hobby into cash? Click the link in my comments to download the free pricing guide that we use to buy and sell furniture.